Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. Today we are going to tidy up this garden bed. We have some beautiful gladiolus. Oh my goodness, look at the orange blooms on here. It's beautiful. So I'm going to kind of stake this. I have some Velcro and try to stake it so it's not leaning forward. We had some rain, so everything looks good, but some of the flowers are just flapping over. For example, this guy here. And then we're gonna deadhead these petunias and make it look all fresh. And we have some other flowers that need some attention in the garden today. But take a moment to enjoy this Liatris. Look at the bee on here, love it. This is the Velcro I purchased, I think, on Amazon. The difference it makes now that it's not leaning forward. And this is just some stick I had in the garage. And the Velcro doesn't touch the stem of the plant, it just touches around where the stick is, as you can see. There you are, and it helps give the dahlia some support. And I think I'm going to turn this the other way because it's blocking that. I think that's much better, but it's to come all the way out. Look how beautiful it is. And then we're gonna remove these spent blooms from these beautiful petunias. So with the petunias, you just need to remove these spent blooms and it helps to promote more blooms. These look so beautiful. I got these from Walmart. $1.88 was for one plant and they were really small. And they're doing pretty well. Very nice. So let's go ahead and clean these up. Ready, and then we're gonna do the same thing to this side. Alrighty, so next to the gladiolus, I have this pink double knockout rose. There's a lot of spent blooms on here, so to keep it tidy and promote some growth, I'm gonna go ahead and clip off the spent bloom. So here's what it looks like. So above here we had spent bloom and you could see the red color. This is where the new growth is coming in. They say normally you should go 5 leaf downwards and clip it off. What I do, I just go like here and I just clip off the spent bloom. Okay, so that's what I do and that's what works for me. So let's go ahead and clean these up. And as you can see, it works because there's a lot of red new growth all over the rose bush from what I did before. Oh, and look at this one. See here? So these I cut out the top and here's the new growth, and if you look closely you can see the tiny buds on top there. So let's go ahead and clean this rose up. So this is a spent bloom, so what I do here, I clip right there off, and then all of these already spent. So right here there's a bud coming out in there, so I want to be careful. If I cut this, I'm going to cut that bud, so I'm just going to clip it like this. By no means am I a rose bush expert, but this is what I do to my rose bush and it works. So let's go ahead and clean up all these spent blooms. If there's any blooms looking like these, I'm going to leave them alone because these are the new buds that will come out very soon. And what I do, I keep this pail underneath so the buds can actually fall in it, just so that way I don't have to give myself extra work. So when I clip, they fall right in here. Alrighty, so the rose bush is looking so much better now. So I left some fresh blooms on here, but most of the spent blooms, I clip them off. And then we're gonna take care of the lily. With your lily, when you're finished blooming, you just, what I do, I just remove the top hair so there's no seed head to be formed. Because I don't want the plant putting the energy into making a seed head. I want the plant putting the energy into the plant itself, so it goes to the bulb to give me more and healthy looking lilies for next year. And then let's pan across here. I do have some I have to take care of on this side also. Yep, right here. So these are seed heads, and with these I should have clipped them off when the lilies were already bloomed, but I did not get a chance to, so I'm gonna clip them off now. But you know, I've left these on before and the lilies come back as good as they should, but they say normally you should clip them off, so I'm just gonna do that. But if you leave yours on, I don't think there's a big deal to it, because I've done it before and the lily blooms come back strong and beautiful. But I'm out here trying to clean up the garden, so I'm just gonna clip these guys off. And then here I have, this is a weed in here. Can you believe that? This is a weed and it grows some beautiful purple flower. See there? To the top, but for me it's a weed. So I don't leave this in here. I just pull it out, because with these guys, they can reseed and make more weed. So it comes out very easy. See? And I just pull it out. So you always want to go through your garden bed and see if there's anything that don't belong in here and just get rid of it. These are weeds also here. I don't have too much weed. I have certain weed, not sure these weeds are called, but I do have some of these, but not too much. My weeds are very controllable, so to speak. Oh, and look what I just saw here. This is my other milkweed. I was wondering what happened to it, and here it is. Wow. Here is another double knockout rose, and I'm gonna cut off all these spent blooms. And this year I noticed there's some, I think this is like a beetle or something on the rose. I have to treat this, but nevertheless I still get my blooms on here. I just have to take off the spent bloom and see what I can treat this rose with, because it looks like it has some beetle damage right there. That's a bug. All right, let's go around the corner. Okay, let's take a moment to look at this sunflower. This I grew from seed. This is from the dollar store seed, and look how huge it is. I planted a lot of them and I gave most of them to my friends, and I kept maybe 3 plants, but I can't wait for this to bloom. And when I planted this, I put some rocks right there, because you have to be careful with the squirrels, because they will come and try to dig out the root, but that didn't happen. So I'm happy they allowed the sunflower to grow. So I can't wait to see this in bloom. Look, it's probably maybe 5 feet tall now. How tall it is. It should get really, really tall. Alrighty, and then we have dahlia here. We're gonna clean these up. We have some spent bloom going on here. Oh, and look who's inside. There's a bee inside. Oh my god, that's beautiful. And we're gonna clean up the spent bloom, and I'm gonna save my dahlia to get the seeds. So maybe I'll do a video on how I save the seeds, so I don't have to buy the dahlia bulb every time. So I'll probably dry these out and do a video on how I do that. And then going over here, excuse the hose, let's put some water in. And then we have this daisy. This I got from the dollar store. I planted this from seeds last year, nothing happened, and this year it was beautiful. It bloomed like crazy, and it just all of a sudden just fall over. It rained and that's what happened to it. So we're gonna go cut these blooms off, make a beautiful bouquet, and then I'm just gonna cut the plant down a little bit, because there's no point in it looking like this. And then also we have a spent bloom from the Gladiolus. This was a beautiful pink Gladiolus. I'll insert a picture for you if I have one. We're gonna just cut this off. This is done blooming. It's not gonna rebloom. And the zinnias are looking very nice too. All right, so I'm gonna cut off these, and what I'm probably gonna do is probably leave them to dry out and get seeds from them. That's where the seed is in here, and probably give the seeds to friends and families. I like sharing my seeds from my garden. So we're gonna cut that, and then these beautiful ones, I'm gonna put this to the side to make some beautiful bouquet. I planted this from seed with the zinnias, and you know, I don't know what it is. I used my plants app and it said it was a weed, and I'm like, how is it a weed? It was a seed I grew from inside actually with these zinnias, and it wasn't a zinnia. So I don't know. So if this plant looks familiar to you, let me know if you think you know what it is. Hopefully it's not a weed, but look how big it is. Okay, look from the root, come all the way up here. Look how big it is. And it was in with the zinnia seeds. So I planted it, and I'm gonna watch it grow and see what flower will be blooming here. I'm not seeing any sign of any bloom, but I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna leave it alone and let's see what happens. If the plant app said it was a weed, but the zinnias are doing pretty well. And these seeds are all from the dollar store too. The gladiolus looking much better. Look at the difference it makes when you actually stake it upright. And the blooms on the double knockout roses looking better too. And then our petunias are looking fresh. And let me take you over to this other gladiolus. So I stake a bunch of them here together, and it's looking much better already. Let's pan across over here, and I clean up this one too. Looking much better. Anyway, friends, so it's mid of summer. Just want to make sure the garden's still looking fresh as it should look. You know how sometimes the plants get tired when it's so hot. So do what you can do, right? It's part of nature. Do what you can do to maintain your garden beds so they're looking fresh. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.